As everybody knows, this meeting's been called about the water bill situation. I have been working on it for a while, actually. Uh, We are in the process of changing out meters. Is part of the problem. The other part, several months now, meters have been averaged. They've not been read entirely. We've had a discussion with the water department. I've interviewed each individual personally, and there will be no more averaging meters unless I sign off on it. There's a busted meter. It's in water to where it cannot get drained out to where they can read it. I have to sign off on it. There's no just taking it on their own. We have, I think the list Christie gave me, there was 107 that were showed high usage. That's anything over like $10 over the normal bill. We are working with those people. When they call, we're putting them on the list. Now, we have had some call and say, hey, my bill's high, I need it averaged. We looked at the history, their bill's the same as it's been for the last year, and we're not doing that. You know, if it shows a high usage this time, we're working with it. We will average it back to what it normally is. There has been some disciplinary action taken. If y'all want to discuss that here in a little bit, we can go into executive session, discuss that. But the situation, I'm confident is taken care of. There still will be meters here and there that'll be off. There will be people, their bill will be high because right now we're actually changing out meters, and I don't know if it's because they have to handwrite what the reading is on the old meter. They put the new meter in, and then they give Christie that information. It's a lot of writing. I don't know if it's getting transposed when they're writing it down or when it's getting entered into the computer. We have found several of those. We've had some meters that are reading like all 8s, all 9s, and then some that ain't just reading it all. Them digital, the Badger meters that we're getting away from, some of them are not reading it all. But that's not that many. Most of this here was from the averaging for several months.
So what stopped the averaging? Were we experiencing residents with high water bills?
Because they'd been averaging them too low, and when they actually read them, it showed all that
So if we're
usage.
talking $100 bill and they're used to 22,
Right.
what are we doing to correct that?
We're working with them. We're going to average it back to whatever it normally is.
For how long?
For this month.
All right.
But then will
'Cause
their
it-
bill be high next month?
No,
Or you just
it should be
let
back to normal next month
Okay.
because they're actually reading them now. They just finished up reading them. So everything after this month should
How
be
long
back
has
to
this been
normal.
going on?
Several months.
And my frustration is, it's been going on for several months and it's just now coming to a head.
Yeah, because they actually started reading them. That's when the issue came out.
Well, we've had water billings for more than just this past month, issues.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't feel like they were as extreme as they have been this month.
Right.
There have been some issues, but definitely not a $320 bill. I saw that one. So I do feel maybe it's been a build-up.
And that's the
process.
ones that's been averaged the
Are we gonna
longest.
Cut people checks back, or what are we gonna do?
No, we're just cutting the bill back to, like you said, the $300 bill.
How
Yeah,
about
it's
the
not
folks that
due
have already
yet.
paid?
We're going back and credit them.
Because
If
I
they-
have a person that reached out,
Mhm.
they had a meter removed in April, and they have had a bill since April.
They done that. They need to call,
And they were told to wait till next week.
and they had explain that to me again.
All right, I had someone call me, they had bought some property, had a house moved,
Right,
had the meter removed in April, and I'm going off what they're telling me.
right,
And they're on automatic pay.
right.
Well, when they see everything getting reported, they check their billing,
Mhm.
and they've been billed for that water since April.
Okay, that's a totally different issue there. That's
No, this is the water department bill.
I know,
I mean,
I know, but it should have been taken out of the system.
and
If they called and had the water shut off,
the water
that
meter
bill
has
should have been
removed.
taken out of the system.
But
That's not
it
the ones
hasn't.
reading it's fault on that.
Whose fault is this?
That'd be the office when it wasn't taken out.
And, like most people, if you're set up on automatic bill pay, I know it's gonna typically be within a few dollars.
Right. And the ones that are on auto pay, that
And-
have already paid their bill, they're getting a credit. We're going back through all of them.
How
and
far are we
they are
going
getting
back?
credit for this last month, the last 2 months.
I think we need to go back if we've acknowledged it's been going on for months.
But they've been
how far
getting low
should we-
bills. That's the trouble.
Well,
They've been
some-
averaging the
Well,
bills
no,
for.
No, the low bills hadn't been just 1 month.
No, it
I've
was
had
like
people
5
tell me their
months.
bills have been inflated, what they're used to, for months, multiple months.
They need to come talk to us and we'll check it out, because that's a totally.
So no
different
one's
issue.
brought you up for multiple months, when I say you, I mean us as a city,
Right.
that their bills have not been inflated for
Not
more
that
than
I know
1
of.
month.
No, I
I've
feel
not
like
heard
they put
anybody-
it on Facebook, but they don't call the city to get help.
Alright,
So I feel like if more people would reach out to the city,
well,
Because
right now
Christie's
you
pretty good
cannot
about-
call the city to get any help with your water bill.
well, yeah, because for the last week you haven't been able to, because she hasn't been here.
So one person is in charge of our water bill metering.
She's the one that does all the billing. She enters it in.
So
and
no
all
one
that
else
stuff.
can step in and look at this. That's
They
a problem.
can do it, they can take the payments and stuff, but she's the one that processes the bills every day.
So one person with our billing
Mhm.
is it,
Pretty much, yeah.
and that's unacceptable. I mean, when you have
That's her
someone
job.
calling to have an issue,
Mhm.
and it's our fault as a city,
Right.
it needs to be addressed right now, not next week when she comes back.
I can't help it, it just so happened, this all happened as she went on vacation.
Yeah,
You know, that's
but
just
this
a
has been
coincidence.
going on for more than just 1 month.
Well, it started last month, and that's when I started looking into it.
Okay, well, I thought we talked about a while ago, this has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah, but we didn't know it. The meters have been averaged since February.
Why have they been averaged?
Well, February started, they did get with me on that because that's when the snow was on the ground. They have a week, 7 to 10 days to read the meters for that billing cycle.
All right, that's February, let's go to March.
Okay, March, I don't know. Nobody said nothing to me about averaging meters.
All right, so we've averaged meters 1 month this year,
No,
2,
no,
last
Like
month
5
and February.
like 5 months.
So
All
can
right.
we do the executive meeting or whatever, so we can find out what the disciplinary action has been, and then we can go from there?
That's up to y'all.
I feel like that will help the understanding a little bit at least.
Now, talking about Christie, Christie will do, now she is the one that will average, not average, let me rephrase that, fix the bill. Now, we can all take the money, you know, and everything like that, but to go in her system, just to keep everything on the up and up, she is the one that will be able to discount the people's bills.
It's
Does
an
she-
audit thing?
Yes, you know, it's just like everybody just, it's protocol, you know, checks and balances, where everybody.
I can't understand why you have
is-
one person
Yeah.
in a city government that can understand and explain this.
She does this on a daily basis. Everybody else just does it when she's gone or like going to lunch, stuff like that. They're not in there on a daily basis. She deals with this daily. She
How
works
many
with it.
people does she have to call back next week?
Several.
Maybe
She's got a-
35 as of right now.
I'd like to see that list.
I have a question. How long can an employee go without doing their job? Without, I mean, how long should it take before management should be noticing my employees aren't doing their?
Well, when we noticed the problem, we addressed it.
I mean, because.
When we don't know there's a problem, it's kind of hard to address it.
Yeah, 5 months is a long time for workers not to be doing their job.
Were,
And
That was addressed.
the man.
That's why there's disciplinary actions taken.
were they,
5 months is a little long, in my opinion. I mean, because we've been presented several months ago that, water department's been in here telling us, oh, we need more workers, we need this, cause it takes us days and days and days to read meters. Well, what's your employee been doing for days and days and days? And not reading the meter, what have they been doing? Cause
There's a lot of other
if there's
things
an
to do.
employee that normally takes several days a month to read a meter and they're not doing it, whoever is overseeing that person should be noticing that by month 3 at the latest. It's just, what are we doing to miss that?
Because we didn't notice the water bills. The water bills was like they normally are.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with water bills, it has to do with
that's part of the issue. That's where the disciplinary action comes in.
That's
We
why I
talked
asked
about
if
this
we
has
could
been
talk
an
about
ongoing
it.
issue,
Mhm.
but we just now acknowledged, we've just now noticed it.
Right. So we figured
That
out there was a
contradicts.
problem. If you don't know there's a problem, how do you fix it?
Yeah, when did we realize that there was a problem?
Last month.
Last month.
But I guess my question would be, is how did we not realize if we saw these people that were having $20 water bills? I've never had a $20 water bill.
So there's a lot of them that do, that have the minimum reading.
And there's a lot of people that don't have a minimum reading, and they have a family of 4 or 5, and they're not gonna call about that. They're not gonna say, my bill was $20 tonight, why was it $20?
Right.
Somebody should have noticed that. I mean.
They were
somebody
close
should.
enough, they were within the average of what they normally do. You know,
How
it,
much
most
money
of them average, you know, within 1,000, 2,000 gallons every month of what they actually
How much
use.
money is the city gonna lose to adjust these accounts that have to be adjusted?
I don't know. Like I said, there was 107 of them that showed the high rating. So,
I'd like to have that list of 107.
okay,
But I'd like also for it to go back to the first of the year,
back to the first of the year.
this year.
The high ratings?
All high readings since December 31st.
Is there not a way to flag them? Because like,
That's what the printout, that's what the printout that she,
One month, mine's 25, the next month it's 70.
right,
I have no sewer, it's just water, and I know there's no way I am using that much water.
right,
So, yes, I do have animals, but I only feed or water every third day.
right.
So my last bill was like $70-something, and I was like, okay, so I paid it, and I thought there's gotta be something going on somewhere, and
Now, what about your average?
my
Rest of the year.
average, usually it's the minimum, like 5,000 or whatever, is what it says, and then it jumps up to like 17,000 and then 20,000. I'm like, there's no way I'm using that much water, no way. So I'm
For
one of
the
the ones
last
that's.
month, this last year it's done that, or just this
Well,
last
I've
couple
only
months?
been since December by myself,
Right,
and my water bill is all over the place. I mean, you can look at it. One month it's 40, one month it's 20, one month it's 70, and I'm just like,
right.
okay. So I mean, I'm in that. I don't call. I'll say that, but I'm just like, okay, there's got to be something. And then I had that water leak from underneath the road, and my bill went sky high then. And I was like, whatever, it's a
If
water
it was
leak.
under
I'll
the
pay
road,
it.
it shouldn't affect yours, cause that'd been on the, not on your
Well,
meter
they
side.
they wound up breaking when they fixed it going to my meter. They
Mhm.
actually broke my line going into the house.
Oh, okay,
And so when I called my plumber, he said, well, the city really should pay for that. I paid for it, and I mean, I lost bukus of water.
okay.
I
You
had
should've said
people reach
something.
out to me that who has called the city in the past months.
Mm-hmm,
Well, hey, my water bill's been $22 to $23.
right,
I just wanna make sure this is correct because they're on a fixed income and I can't expect, it's been going on longer than 1 month.
right.
Let's
So this will be
admit
the
that.
second month,
This is,
actually.
no, it's been going on longer than 1 month. Maybe before you've heard about it, but that's what it is. But if they've called the city and said, hey, I expect my water bill to be this, we're gonna fix, this is what we're used to.
Right.
They live paycheck to paycheck, and I can't expect a surprise bill. Well, then, here's a surprise bill.
Right. Now, that I don't know.
Well, maybe we
On that
should find
issue-
out about, the particulars about everyone here that's having issues, other than the 107. Because out of 107, out of, what, we have 1,600 water meters?
Right.
And you're talking, what's the average overage? What's the average overcharge?
What's the average overcharge?
The list that I've seen, the 107, the average was like $20 to $50 over the normal. There was some
I
of them
need to
that were
see the list
$700.
because I've gotten blown up, double, triple, hundreds. Is this true? And they could be lying to me.
I mean.
But I mean, I think we have neglected ourselves and the community by not addressing this until tonight.
Some of them are excessive.
Mhm.
My most recent bill
$300
was
something.
What now?
My most recent bill was $320.
Right.
And I've got my history pulled up here. Last month it was 119. But that was up from the previous month of 63.57, so it doubled at that point. So prior to that, 71.64. Prior to that, 108.58. Prior to that, we're in April now, 87.60. March, I had an unusually
me ask you this. How many people are in your household?
We have a blended family, so it's an average of 6 people, because one week we'll have 5, the next week we'll
Okay.
have 8.
But it has doubled and tripled
Yes,
and fluctuated.
yes, and I actually looked at my history all the way back until I moved into the house, I believe this year goes back to 22.
Have you called the city and let us know what?
So yes, we have notified the city in the past and said they would look into it. We've kind of been given the runaround, it's being averaged, or they didn't read your meter this month.
Doesn't sound like an average with the numbers you're throwing out.
No, it doesn't. And then whenever I'm on auto draft, for my bill payment.
Get off of it.
Yes, absolutely. I have been waiting on, I believe, is it Christie, is that her name?
Yeah.
Back, so I could get off of auto draft, because if that $320 water bill was to come out of my account, I would be catching overdraft charges on the rest of my bills. I don't have that much extra in my account.
So she's one of the 107.
I'm assuming, I don't know. I don't remember every name on the list.
Well,
But there was a 300 one on there, so.
I've got a couple of questions on it. I'm an instrumentation and control tech, or what, we're talking Arkansas Nuclear One.
Right.
21 years there and 10 years on the road contracting. I worked on instrumentation and control devices. I worked on instruments that measures water flow, pressure, level in the tank, control devices on air operated valves or whatever. That's beside the point.
Right.
I don't know this equipment on how it operates.
Right.
That particular, what it is. I'd have to, well, that's beside the point. My average bill, this whole year has been mid to upper 40s to lower 50s.
Right.
Last month it was 71.50.
Right.
I didn't think well, I did think a lot about it, but health issues with my wife and
Right.
little sciatic nerve, I kind of blew it off.
Right. And that's what the deal is, the low readings.
This month, it was $101.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe I got a leak. I didn't know anything about bills being higher or this issue here.
Right.
So I'll walk out to the meter box, and I've always had an issue, and you know, and I appreciate
Mhm.
what you do with my ditch.
Yep.
From the flow, heavy rains.
Right.
But the meter box has got a lightweight plastic lid,
Mhm.
and it would always blow off.
Right.
I always had to put it back on when I mowed the yard. And there's two leads that come down from the can, which I assume is the Wi-Fi device transmitter.
That's the old ones. We don't use those no more. Yeah.
Anyway, I went over and I seen the lid was partially off, and two leads are broke.
Yep.
Coming from the sensor from the probe, it's full of mud. You can't see the pipe or the whatever the sensor is.
Right.
You can even read if it has an indicator on it.
Yeah.
The leads look like they've been broke for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
Well,
Nobody.
this whole last year, them has not been working. That's why we're getting away from the Badger meters that's got the little antenna on the lid.
I questioned the $71 a month.
Right.
2 or 3 months before the $71, I thought it was a little, because the bill was like $45.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. When they averaged them, the low bills are where they averaged them.
And what months
So-
have we averaged them? Right now, I've heard
February, March, April, May, June.
So we haven't done our due diligence for those months.
Did they,
But if you're averaging them, how did my average go from, my bill before was 45 something?
Right. That's when they averaged them. When it was the 45, that's when they were averaging them. July and August, they actually read them. That's when everything jumped up. Because you're paying for the water that you actually used where they'd averaged it. Right.
Nobody can read mine, so I don't understand how my average went.
Maybe a high average.
$71.
That's not the average. On the high bills is whenever they actually read them. Right. Right. Well, that antenna, the wires you're talking about, don't mess with the actual digital readout.
Well, nobody read it. If there's an indicator,
Mhm.
nobody read it, it's full of mud.
Right.
Nobody opened up the lid and keep off the mud if there's an indicator, an indicating transmitter.
the wires don't have nothing to do, the new meters we got, it's all in the unit itself. It don't have an antenna that comes up and sticks on top of it.
Does he have a new meter or just the old
Wow,
one?
that I have no idea. I'm assuming the old one, if it's still got the leads on it.
Those leads were broken already, and they operate the
Yeah.
equipment.
And that's, that's a good reason why our old meters may be getting replaced.
Well, it needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
Maybe it would have worked if it had the leads tied up to it.
with my average.
No, we don't even have that
The software.
contract with them anymore.
It might have worked when we still had the contract before we made a vote to replace it.
Now, that might have, yeah.
So we might have spent money we didn't need to.
Right. Yeah, no, we were having other issues. We was having over 400.
We're having issues right now.
Well, it was different issues.
We're having issues right now.
Because they were having to go
And
out
on this
manually.
list, I would also like to have a list of new meters that have been installed and their water history.
Okay, I can't keep up with multiple conversations going on.
Okay. All right, hang on.
Okay, I've got two questions. I'm gonna try, if I can remember both of them, get them in here right now while I've got a chance. Number one, has everyone's been averaged every month?
Pretty much for at least 4
So
of the
there's
5
been
months.
no reading basically none whatsoever.
From what I'm been told, I talked to all the employees. Most of them said 99% of them has not been read. Some of them
that
are
many
saying
months?
that some of them were read.
What's the process to average? How do we come up with that average number?
They look at the past bill and
The
just go,
last several months, so they have to look at what's in Christie's software or
that, and they have printouts every month.
they have
what-
printouts?
yeah.
Okay.
But, I gotta say, I think you're saying that you're getting a meter reading, and you're not getting any information for 3 or 4 months.
Mm.
And you're gonna back charge because
No.
you just want, you got it fixed now, and you've actually used like,
That's why we're working with people that's got the high bills. That,
fixed income.
okay, let me finish, okay? That's why we're working with the people that's got these high bills, to where they're not stressed because they have this high bill. We're gonna take it back to what it was, okay? That way you're not in a bind, just like the lady back here. We're gonna take care of yours too, to what your normal bill is.
How many employees are there that are supposed to be out there reading these meters?
4 to 5, depends on what we're doing at the
How
time.
many employees got disciplinary actions over this?
1.
Okay. What was their infraction?
I can't go into that.
So what was the disciplinary measure?
Cannot tell you that.
Okay.
Well, what were they doing when they wasn't reading meters?
Other things.
What?
There's a lot of other things that's going on. Mowing, putting in pipes.
Are these full-time employees?
Yes.
4 full-time employees for 5 months that are responsible for reading meters that have not been doing that.
Right.
That's what, 160 hours a week of doing other things.
Right.
What were they doing?
Like I said, we've got other things going on. It's not just this. We've been putting in pipes. We've been working on brakes. There's a whole list of things we do every day.
Who is the supervisor over the water employees?
Johnny Hart.
So it doesn't, but they don't read meters all month. That's how many days a month?
No, they got
read?
7 to 10 days is what they have to read.
But how long does it actually take them? I know they've got that window, but how long does it actually take?
Depends on the weather. If it's pouring down rain, it's gonna change it. If it's snowing, it changes.
In optimum
So
weather,
about a
how long
week.
would it take?
Probably a week.
5 days?
So we really don't know.
Not exactly. I can't say, well, it just takes, 7 days on the dot and they'll have it done.
So
There's lots of
skipping a
variables.
week of work every month. Month to month.
Do what now?
We've skipped a week of work every month, the last 5 months.
We ain't skipped a week of work.
You haven't read a week's worth of meter for you, right, the last 5 months?
Well, they didn't skip no work though.
Yeah, they were skipping out on what their job was.
They were negligent on their job, yes.
Yeah, negligent, I think, would be the right word there.
Mhm. I agree with you on that.
But I've had.
But it ain't
people
like they
call,
wasn't doing nothing.
And they have lost faith in our water department. And they have mentioned stealing. I mean, basically, that's what we're doing.
No, we're not.
We're taking money that doesn't belong to us.
No, we're not.
Well, if you're on automatic pay, we are.
No, we're not. Because cause we're
All right,
gonna
let's
work with
talk
the
about
ones.
The meter that got removed in April.
Right.
Should we have taken that money since April?
No, but did anybody call down here and say? If we don't know that they didn't, we're still taking the money out,
Well, didn't
We don't
we know
know.
that we took the meter out?
huh?
Didn't we know that we took the meter out?
I'm assuming they did, I don't know.
All right, then how else would you word taking that money?
Okay, if somebody calls, say Karen, you call, you say I'm moving, okay, you want your water shut off, okay? We go in, Christie goes in, she puts it in the date that you called, and the notes and everything saying, Karen's leaving, wants the water turned off. So the water's turned off, she calls the guys, tells them to go down there and, turn the water off. So this lady's saying that the meter was pulled, am I right, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, so she would, if she left, the only reason we would pull that meter is that if it was like a really bad debt and we was worried about somebody moving in that house.
House has been moved and sold.
Okay, house has been moved and sold.
It's a
Okay.
vacant
But she,
lot.
so the meter, she's still been getting charged for that meter out of her account this
Yes.
whole time.
If she called, it would be in that system, saying the date that she called.
Who removed the meter?
Well, if one of the employees.
It was or
whoever did the
wasn't?
work order. Whoever did the work order,
Yeah, it could be
The
any,
city.
any one of the.
Us or the city?
it would be us.
All right, so we removed the meter.
Remove that meter.
Okay.
So if that meter got removed, or work order was made to remove that meter, we can easily find who pulled that meter because it would be on that work order.
Wouldn't that be tied to, hey, we're no longer charging this account?
And you shouldn't, that water should be turned off.
When?
But as the day that she called and the day that that meter was removed. But we need to know, do you have a name?
Mhm.
Okay, don't give it out here. When you go.
But shouldn't that have been addressed?
If,
If the meter was pulled by us, April,
We do
we're
that
just
on a
using
weekly
that.
basis, we pull
So-
meters and,
if the meter was moved, then she should not have gotten a bill. But if we don't know that somebody leaves and they don't tell us,
Well, this, for instance, the meter has been removed by the city of Pottsville. Well, from my understanding.
So I'm gonna say,
So-
she called down and say, hey, I'm moving, take the meter out, shut my water off.
All right, you're not listening to me. She did not move. She bought a piece of property,
Right,
sold the house, had the house moved,
right,
still owns the property, had the water meter removed.
so
right.
she asked to remove that meter.
Yes.
Okay,
To my understanding.
okay, so we just.
So she
need to
should have
know
stopped
her
getting
name
billed right then.
And her address. And if you give that to Randy when y'all go into executive session,
We're gonna have to wait the
First
next
thing
week,
tomorrow.
basically. We're gonna have to wait the next week,
okay.
right?
No, I mean, me or Mariah can look that up.
All right. And like I said, I may be getting told wrong,
Right.
but
You tell us.
this is a conversation. I mean, I've had a lot of people reach out to me. And I mean, there's a lot.
I think
And-
there's a
and
lot
how
that
we
are
make an
reaching out to
average,
us and not calling
We
City
average our
Hall.
meter readings,
Well, that's a lot of the trouble
and
too.
that
They reach
somehow
out to
they
y'all,
go
but they
up.
don't call down here.
But
If
if
we
she
don't know,
does not have that meter,
we don't
we're
know.
charging her, we're giving her back her money.
Right,
Now, we're
she'll
gonna-
get her money back.
We're gonna write her a check.
Yes,
Yeah.
write her a check
Then
because that meter was gone.
We're gonna go
She shouldn't have been
backwards
charged.
heavily
We're
for
gonna
money
retro
we've
it all the way
counted on.
back. We will retro it all the way back, but we just need to make sure, so just give us that info
All right.
and we
But
can
in-
look it up.
but in that
She's on
case,
your list to call back next week.
Okay,
I don't know.
we'll still need the name and stuff
But
too.
I'll
Okay.
look it. But you'll tell
She
me.
has called.
Okay, so we'll definitely,
About this or?
Yes.
Okay.
okay, so when we go back there, you get that woman's name.
Yep.
We're gonna look on that list, who will get that list,
Okay.
along with it.
107. And then also want a list of the new meters installed and their readings
That'll take some time.
for 6 months.
Yep.
Because we have spent this exorbitant amount of money on these new meters.
which we all
And
know.
now here we are in this situation.
Right.
We are here in this situation,
And we're getting the new meters put in too.
and
We
it's
actually
hard for
hired
me to
somebody
believe that
part-time to
people
help.
are only having problems this month, when we've admitted that it's been going on for many months now.
Right. But until she actually started reading the meters, we didn't know there was
Well,
a
I can tell
problem.
you right now, the meters are not being read properly.
Right.
I've got proof that meters that have been read last month,
Mhm.
an employee comes out, reads it, and it's not accurate.
Right.
It's actually too low.
Okay.
They've accurate it.
That I can't really, no. And that's a lot of the trouble with the digital meters we've had. Some of them are not working, some of them are reading all 8s, some of them are all 9s.
Well, what he's trying to say is, how's his bill going up and down, or in this case, up?
Because they had been averaging,
Averaging with how they read.
right.
What do you have to average?
They've been averaging on previous months
Previous.
when they did have when there
Right.
was a reading, is what I'm understanding.
Let me clarify on, before last month, when my bill jumped from 45.80 something, to $71.
Right,
That was last month, and the month before, 2 months before, it was 45.80, same amount.
right,
So they went by, and my opinion is they either, like you say, wasn't reading, they just done something, or no signal at all, and, 45.80.
Right.
Well, they didn't read my meter because it's been broke.
Right.
So now it's jumped up to $71. So somebody's thinking, well, if the meter's tied before that, my bills were fluctuating $48 to $52 a month, fluctuating.
right.
So my take is somebody just said, okay, $52, and they corrected.
Well, they don't write the price down, they write the gallons, is what whenever they read the meters, they're looking at the gallons. It don't have a price or nothing like that on it.
They're not looking at
And what he's saying, what I'm understanding is, there's no way to read his meter, so how are we getting an average? Because you don't know how long your meter's been out.
From 71.
Yeah.
I understand if they're not reading the meters,
Right.
that they just use the same number, 45.81, the same amount they
Yeah.
get for water or whatever, I understand that. But my meter's been broke more than a month.
Right.
Probably, I would think it's even been broke longer than that. The leads are, you can tell they've been broke a long time. From the sensor, and it's covered up with mud, you can't see the pipe. 45 something, and then it jumped up to 71, and then 100 again.
Right.
And I've never had a bill over 50, I would say 50, as it is, over 57 or $58.
Right.
And they read the gallons on it?
No, there's no reading anything.
Right.
These are broke, so the transmitter's not sending a signal. They drive by, or however.
Right, them don't work on the drive-by, that's totally different meters.
Regardless of the lead, it works without the leads.
There's no way to see it.
Yeah,
You pull the plastic lid off, the pipe never is caked up with mud, it's been covered up for.
So what you're saying is they
Well,
call it red.
Randy knows, my issue with water, with the
Right.
ditch flowing, flooding my yard, and I was really surprised, I appreciate you cleaning my ditch out, don't have that issue there anymore,
Good deal.
but anyway, the water would flow up, floats up, and I'm sure the water was pushing or tugging on those leads. That don't happen anymore.
Right.
The cover fills up with water.
Right.
Flows from, but it's not, no pressure up against it from the water flow from
Right.
the ditch. But, still, there's no telling how long it's been broke.
Right.
It's
So-
been broke more than a month, more than 2 months.
So in cases like his, when they call in and we go find that, are we getting him bumped up to get the new meter
Yes,
on the list?
yes, the ones that we've determined had bad meters, we've actually put them on the list to get them changed out first.
When's his on the list to get changed out?
That I don't know.
I came in, yesterday, a couple of days ago after I looked at it, I think I told her, well, I may not have,
Right.
you said that, they were gonna average the bill.
Right.
And to call, next week.
Yep.
And, see what it is.
Yep, yeah, Christie will pull it up and then she can look at it, your past history, and then they'll average it out for you.
Fran, can we just go ahead and get his name and add it so he doesn't have to call back next week? I mean, unless he just wants to, I'm just,
Sir, what was your name?
Steve Stevenson,
Mr. Stevenson, what's your address, sir?
316 North D, Davis Street.
She knows it.
okay, okay.
Got you, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? No, I've tried to explain it the best I can, I don't know.
I don't think we have a fix for it,
I think we are.
because we've admitted it's going on for months.
Mhm.
We've just now
But it's
realized.
been addressed now, and there's been disciplinary action taken. I'm pretty confident that it won't happen again.
I just want to mention the whole averaging thing going back 5 months this year. I've told in the past, not this year, probably last year, year before, out at my house, because my bills went up. I was told years before that they done the average, and the reason why it went up is they called it a catch-up month, is what I was told.
No, we don't do that.
That's what I was told back in.
Yeah.
By city officials I called up here. Mine was normal this month, it was 23, whereas 2,000 gallons.
Right.
Last month, mine was
talking about on that, cause we don't do that.
Well, I'm telling you that, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a city official. I'm
Right.
not here.
Like I said, I don't know who you talk to, but we don't do these catch-up or nothing like that, you know. If anything, I would rather cut us short than try to say we're gypping the customer, cause no, we're not gonna do that. That's why when we figured out what was going on,
How do we report? Let's pretend that we do read a meter.
Mhm.
Where does that number go?
to Christie, and she puts it in the computer.
And then
And it
where does that
figures
go?
the
Do we
bill.
mail out our own bills or do we have a
Yes,
company for
we
it?
mail out our own bills.
It
She
And
prints
at
them
some
out.
point, do we not realize, hey, this is excessive?
But she
That's,
just,
that's the printout that she does. If the water bills raise above a certain amount, it sends her a message saying, these number of meters show a high usage.
So she knew it before our residents did this past month.
And then she
Yes.
tells the boys to go out there and reread that meter. She
Yep.
gives them a list.
So we knew about it before everybody started raising Cain about it.
Yes.
And then she tells them to go out there and reread the meter. Okay, she does no control over what these guys do. She has to go by what they say, because she doesn't, that's not.
What I'm getting at is, we know it before we report it. We didn't, us as a community, we have not
We
reported.
knew it as the bills were being printed, put it that way. Before
Right.
the bills were sent out, yes, we did know it.
We knew it.
Right.
And we didn't give people warning that, hey, you possibly gonna have an excessive bill, but we're working on it.
No, because what do you say on that? What do you tell somebody?
Well,
You tell them to look at the bill.
yeah,
You tell them to pay
Especially if
attention.
it's on autograph.
You tell them to look at their autograph. And I'm gonna say that when I just moved back, I've been gone for 3 years. And I'm a lifelong resident of Clarksville. And when I was setting up my water, I called 3 times on the same day. It rang 35 times and cut me off each time. I talked to Mariah because the water person was at lunch.
Right.
I got an answer via email later, but who can report their issue if you can't get through? You
That,
can't.
they get lunches, I don't know, Fran,
Now, let's even
Fran
allow-
steps in for lunches when they're going to lunches, Mariah helps, it's just,
Let me finish this. Mariah answered the phone while she was at lunch. She said she'll be back.
right.
So I waited an hour and a half, and I called back. It rang and rang and rang and rang. I waited 30 minutes. I called back. It rang and rang and rang and rang.
Right.
I could not get through to anybody to do anything. I was in Texas. I can't come down here and
Right.
deal with it. So finally, I just sent an email and said, I need you to help me with this. And I got an answer, but if you're the average person, I work from home. I can spend 30 minutes at a time waiting for someone to answer the phone. The average person cannot. So that is an issue.
I don't know,
how long are our lunches scheduled for daily?
hour?
All right,
Christine, Mariah go to lunch.
what is Christie's work hours?
8 to 4.
8 to 4, with an hour lunch.
11:30 to 12:30. And then
So 8 to 4 with an hour lunch.
while they're at lunch, I answer the phone.
8 to 4 with an hour lunch is pretty much average for every city employee.
Has she expressed being overwhelmed with the amount of
7 hours a day.
I mean, she is told, about the water bill. She has brought it to his attention. She gave Randy the list. I mean, she's doing her job.
Yeah.
She did do it.
And she's doing it very well.
And I don't want to have a question to that. I just, 1,600 accounts, is that too much for a 35-hour position? Does she need
I mean, could we use more help? Yes.
In a lot of departments we could, but can we afford it? I don't know.
We could use more help in the office. I mean,
Yeah.
But if we didn't bring this water issue upon ourselves, she would not be overwhelmed.
That would definitely help.
She would not be overwhelmed.
Is that
I feel
a
like we brought
salary
this on
position?
ourselves too.
Are they a salary position? Cause that's only 35 hours a week, and most salary positions are,
Hourly.
is hourly. So that she
And they're
only gets
getting
paid for
full-time
35?
benefits.
No,
And
we
they're-
get paid for our lunch.
We, what? And you get paid for your lunch. All right. I'm interested in hearing the disciplinary.
Entertain a motion to go to executive session.
Make
So
a motion.
moved.
Second.
Do roll call?
Kim Schreiber,
Yes.
Brandon Blaylock.
Yes.
Steve Williamson. Steve Williamson.
Steve?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Karen Carruthers. Yes. John Gibson.
Yes.
Lucy Young.
Yes.
Okay. We'll adjourn to executive session.
Brandon, can you please make sure we get that?
Hang on. Let me get down there. I can't hear you. This kind of security for this conversation?
kicked me in the knee.
That's why you're looking so
Get in the new slide in.
Yes.
Freeze my chair up.
I was drinking on the
I'll I'll entertain a motion to go back into session.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, anything else?
Anybody else? Make a motion, we adjourn.
I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. And it will be addressed, I promise you. And ma'am, if you'll get with me, I'll get your information, I'll make sure your stuff is taken care of.
Mine's fine.
No, the lady behind you. Sorry about that. And, you know, I apologize for not answering the phone. You know, we'll try to make sure, I don't know what the deal was on that. You know, because usually Fran and them, they're here, like when Christy goes to lunch, that's taken care of. So, right. So, okay. Well, like I said, I apologize on that. So. All right. Anybody have anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.